Dr. Beth Westy here, and I want to talk about menopause and why women struggle so much in menopause, why it seems so tough to lose weight. Just because your body and hormones change, well, that's a big part of it. Yeah. I do have a whole section in my book, The Female Fat Solution, that does talk about menopause because it is so different for women. And this is one of those, hi KB, this is one of those subjects, those topics that is not covered enough for women. And women will follow recommendations or other ideas out there on nutrition, and they're following stuff that's not meant for their bodies. Now, it's tough enough for women to follow nutrition recommendations in general, right? Because you're following stuff, if you're following mainstream anything, you are following nutrition recommendations that are made for men. Yeah. They're not made for the female body. Now, typically the female body, when it's in an active cycle, you go through a different, body each week of the month. And I talk about this a lot, where the female body shifts and changes. So you have to shift and change what you're eating in accordance with that. Now, when you go through perimenopause and menopause, now the tough thing here, ladies, is that the perimenopause time frame can be a year, 5 years, 10 years. What? Right? And there's they don't really know. The only thing they can tell you is well, if it's been a year since your last period, you're probably in menopause. Oh, so definite. So you're just kind of guessing, right? You're just kind of I guess I'm going to wait around in the dark over here and then try and figure something out, right? Well, and then during that time, your body shifts and changes. So things that you used to do that would work aren't going to work anymore. Yeah, because again, you're dealing with a different body. Now, once you go through menopause and you have this different body, there's a few things that are going to be totally different with your body and system that you need to be aware of. And this is really a big reason why women struggle. So if you have not picked up my book, I do talk a lot about nutrition for hormones, stress, everything. Stress is also very, very different for women who have been through menopause as well. It impacts your body on a very different level. So be aware of that. I do have a podcast, The Female Health Solution, where I talk about this as well. So if you have not subscribed, download that. Lots of good info there. And then I have a 12-week program where I work with women one-on-one to take them through this. Because these are tips and tricks that are really important and that affect your life, your health, your everything on a daily basis that you can change. So I actually have a program specifically for women in menopause. It's a 12-week program for women in menopause. So that you can get and maintain results. Finally. So a few of the big things that are really different for women in this phase is that sugars are stored very differently. And this is any type of sugar, really. So sugars, carbs, anything, right? But your body is not also going to react to all sugars the same way anymore. Your body is going to have a different time digesting, processing fructose versus glucose. Great. Yes. And you will notice that your body may react even differently to different types of fructose. Dog, no, don't eat that. Don't. Spot again. Good old Spot just coming down here. No, I know what you think you're... Just such a turkey today. He has been such a little, yes. Oh God, now he's breathing. I don't know if you can hear that, but he's just like a big, yeah, so great. So I know. Oh yes, you want to say hello? You want to say hello? Say hello, Spot. Oh God, you have such bad breath. I don't know what you're eating, but it was not good. He's such a turkey. Today's been one of those days for me. I don't know if you guys have those days where I was like, I don't really want to cook. I just don't want to cook and mess up my kitchen. So I literally made meals that I put in paper bowls and fed to my children because I was like, I'm not doing dishes either. I used my cast iron skillet and made everything in a skillet. I took salmon burgers, cooked them in there, put potatoes in there, put beans in there. Boom. It's like a mesh hodgepodge of food in there. And then I did the same thing for dinner. I just took a bag salad from Costco because I love Costco. Grilled some chicken and threw that in there. And I was like, good food. Eat it, people. Put paper bowls. Everybody eat. Not cooking. I'm not officially cooking, right? Anyway. So, of course, Spot jumps in. So, back to sugars and storing sugars. your body will react to sugars differently. Not all fruit is created equally, right? Berries are lower glycemic index than things like pineapple and watermelon, higher glycemic index, and your body's going to actually store those sugars differently in your body. Great. It doesn't mean you can't eat fruit. It just means you need to eat different types of fruit and, focus on different fruits and then shift and adjust the types of carbs that you're eating, but still have them throughout the day. This doesn't mean no sugars. If you are in perimenopause or menopause and you are cutting out carbs or cutting out sugars, you're really doing yourself a disservice. You are causing your body more stress, and it will cause you to stay more stuck. You still need carbs, but you need a specific amount of them and then specific types of them interspersed throughout the day and the week. That keeps your metabolism going and it keeps your body burning them. These are like, I don't want to call them secrets, but not enough women know this. Ugh. So if you are learning something here, click the share button, because not enough women know that, hey, you can still have carbs, you can still have sugars, fructose, glucose, right? Things like that. These are basic types of sugars that your body needs. But again, different types, different, timing throughout the day, and your body can process it really, really well versus storing it really, really easy, because that's what it's designed to do. If you eat the same amount and type of carbs and things before you go into menopause as after, your body's going to store it. It changes so much. It changes so much. So just be aware of that. Another thing that happens with menopause is that muscle breakdown happens. This is a really, really big deal, especially for women. If you're at risk for having osteoporosis at some point in your life, pay attention to this. Having strong muscles equals having strong bones. Yeah, big deal here, people. So when you go through menopause and your muscle breakdown happens a lot easier, that means that you're not going to maintain that lean muscle mass. What does lean muscle mass do for you? It burns energy, and it burns for you all day long. So if you're getting less of that, then your body's going to store more fat. That leads to fat storage. Yay. So a lot of times, and it becomes harder for women as the body ages to process, digest, break down, absorb the protein and nutrients that your body needs to build muscle tissue. And if your body's not getting enough, then it won't build muscle tissue. You need more protein now than you did before menopause to have the same effect. This is a scientifically research proven thing. I mean, again, they don't do a ton of research on women when it comes to nutrition and everything else, but they have found this, that it takes more protein. So if you're like, well, I'm eating healthy still, I'm eating the same things. Okay, that's good that you're still eating healthy, but you can't eat the same anymore because it's not going to have the same effect. Why is it not going to have the same effect? Because you don't have the same body anymore. Hormonally, it's different. Chemically, it's different. Physiologically different. You need to do something different than for it, right? So more protein to have the same result as it used to. And then different sugars. Those are two very basic things that will get you a very new result. Now, the other thing here about results with this is timing. No one's going to like this news. I'm just going to tell you before I even tell you what the news is. It takes longer for results. So this is just an example that I'm throwing out there. Say you're in your, late 20s or early or mid 30s and you're like, I just get to the gym more and I've been eating better and eating more salads and I'm able to take up the weight. Yay, me, yay. And then you go through menopause and you're like, okay, I'm going to do the thing again where I get to the gym more and I eat more salads and da-da-da-da. And nothing happens. Nothing's going to happen because you can't do those same things again. Like I said, you have a new body. It needs more protein to even have the same results. So if you're still eating healthy, I'm still eating healthy. I'm not eating bad. My nutrition didn't fall off the wayside. Great, but it's not the right nutrition for your new body. So more protein, different types of carbs and sugars, different timing of it throughout the day. That's what's going to get you a better result. Yes. So that you don't trigger fat storage, because that's where your body goes with it. It honestly does. Now, this is a really frustrating thing for women. Why? Because it's not like you did something wrong, right? Everybody understands if you're like, I started eating a bunch of cupcakes, or I totally fell off the wagon and I started eating bad, or I didn't meal prep, or I didn't this or that. right? Then you could totally understand why you wouldn't be getting a positive result. But when women go through menopause, they put on, I'm going to write this down for you, an average of 7 to 10 pounds just from having your hormones change. That's not fair. I'm just going to say it. It's not fair. It's not fair for anybody. It's not fair for any female that has to go through this. Yeah, and it's a stinker. But it is what it is. So knowing that, you can approach this phase of life very differently and get a better result for yourself. And understand that, okay, I'm going to shift my nutrition. I'm going to change how I eat. I'm going to really focus on getting more protein so I don't have that muscle breakdown as easy. And I'm going to get these, sugars and carbs different in my body. Great. And you're going to be more patient with your timing on it. Because doing something for 30 days is not necessarily going to be enough time for your body to upload and have it processed and get that good result. It takes longer. Again, that's why I have a 12-week program where I work with women on these, on this process for at least 12 weeks, because that's how long it's going to take. Now, a lot of the women that I work with, they see different and feel different results. One of the biggest things that women feel and notice when they go through this, actually, and this is one of the first things that they'll say as they get into the program, they're like, I feel so good. I feel so good. So even though, of course, everybody enters this and they're like, kind of hoping that I drop 10 pounds right away, and that's just great and fantastic. It's like, okay, great. There's a lot of women who do drop weight right away. That's not what we look for, though, right? But a lot of them are like, you know what? I feel so good that even if I don't get a result, and they do, right? But even if I don't, get this ultimate 20-pound goal, I don't care if it's just 10 or 15, because I feel so much better than I have felt in a long time. I've got so much more energy. I'm fitting into my clothes, so I don't care what the scale says, because I am having the type of energy and stamina that I've been looking for, and able to do the things at the gym that I've wanted to do that I was so tired to do before. So it's a really, really different result when you're really looking at working with your body, with your new physiology and everything. So I'm hoping that you guys got a lot of good info from this. I know sometimes when I talk about this, I feel like, I'm just giving bad, not fun info. Like, well, this is kind of a stinker. You're just going to gain this weight. And even if you're still eating healthy, it's not enough. No, it's not. But that's where people kind of put this information out there. There's articles out there, and I read this article that this and this and this, and this is this shiny new thing, or what's the one thing I need to do for menopause, blah, blah, blah. There isn't one thing. It's not like that. The body doesn't work like that. It's so much more complex and dynamic that if you're not really looking at the whole picture, you're missing it. I mean, and it's like that. It's true with anything. And we get so disillusioned, I feel like, from advertisements of what is it? I just saw an ad for this Hydroxycut. Have you guys heard of this, right? You've seen this? I remember that from when I was in high school. This weight loss tablet thing or whatever. And then acting like it's this great, this one thing that's going to, and they've got people on the bottle and on the advertisement that are 6-pack and totally ripped. If you take a look behind the curtain, those people are not on that look like that, right? Those are models. And those models don't even look like that all the time. Models cut themselves or cut their nutrients down to force their body to look like that. They don't look like that all the time. No, they don't. Yeah. And technically, to be in an advertisement for a product, you have to use it just one time. Yeah. Yep. So when they do an advertisement for things like face wash, they you know what I'm talking about? Like that. I washed my face and it's so beautiful. They just had to do that once. Or wash their hair once with some shiny new shampoo. Oh, look at my shampoo. It's so amazing. Oh, look, I took this supplement once and look at my abs. We all know abs don't show up overnight. Oh, if that was the case, that'd be amazing, right? So all these supplements are false advertisement for what it really takes to have a shift and change in your body. It's very, very disheartening when you're looking at something like, look at this, I could get a result overnight. That's not really how it works. Sorry. So, yes. So it takes more than one thing. You have to look at the whole picture, look at the entire body. And I am definitely not a proponent of getting a quick result, getting a fast and easy result, because that's usually damaging on the body. It's usually very, very damaging on your metabolism. So long term, not going to serve you. You can do things really quick here and there to, oh look, I got this and I dropped 5 pounds really quickly. Ooh, was it easy? And is it going to stay off? Maybe not, right? So that's not something I encourage for women, because you will have a rebound of a weight gain and then some, right? I talked about this in one of my last videos. So if you missed that, go take a look at it. But I am really, really supportive of women getting and maintaining positive results long term. And for that, it takes looking at the whole picture. For that, it takes looking at all these different aspects that affect your overall health, your overall energy, and getting to and keeping that result. So that's what I work on with women in my 12-week program. If you guys have questions, I'll put a link below here where you can schedule a call with me. And it's just to chat, answer any questions you may have. We are starting another round of the 12-week program. So if you are interested and want to jump on board, that is still available. So again, you can ask about that. But if you've been struggling with something like this and wondering, hey, how do I do this? Or how do I make sure I'm getting the right nutrients in to get through this phase so this doesn't happen, or to reverse this, this is an important process to look at how your body's functioning so that you maintain results long term. All right, that's what I got for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning in and watching all the way to the end. Yes, and I will see you guys later.